Yo, Top Billin to ya. All right, Top Billin, y'all must have forgot, like my boy Roy Jones Jr. once said. Largely, my guy Kyle Trask, the Trask at hand, has flown under the radar here in draft talks, right? This shit is mad crazy to me, but not, you know what I'm saying, not unsuspected. What did I say after that Oklahoma game? Tongue in cheek, I said that, man, Kyle Trask may need to come back. That was one of the worst decisions I ever seen, right? Kyle Trask, for those of you who don't know, Kyle Trask, quarterback at the University of Florida, absolutely destroyed an all SEC schedule. You can say that he played even better than Mac Jones or just as good as Mac Jones. And we see all the draft love that Mac Jones is given, and they have very similar styles of play. However, Mac Jones went on to go into the playoffs and finish the year outstanding, winning the national championship and all that jazz. And what do I say? People are prisoners of the moment. People are prisoners of the moment, and this is a microwave society. People do not remember anything that you did past a week ago. People don't even remember what they had for breakfast this morning. So imagine that. Kyle Trask against the University of Oklahoma without his top 4 receiving targets. 2 of those guys, Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney, perhaps first-round draft picks, Kyle Pitts for sure. No Jacob Copeland, no Trayvon Grimes. That's roughly, I would say, at least 85% of the production. Not to mention Florida, one of the worst rushing attacks in all of major college football. If you're talking about high-level offense, it's the worst high-level offense rushing attack. It's not even close, I don't think, right? Close. There's not even a close second. So imagine having to go against a hot Oklahoma team that has a very good defense and that has an offense that can compete with just about anyone, can put up points as well. Kyle Pitts, no Kadarius Toney, Trayvon Grimes, Jacob Copeland. Kyle Trask shit the bed, right? 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and I thought, like, man, I said before the game, if y'all remember that content there, I was like, man, this could really go bad for Kyle Trask. I just had a feeling that could go bad for him and people would actually judge him from one particular game rather than the previous 11 games where he torched everyone. So, to me, it always goes about your decision-making, right? You're only as good as the decisions you make. He was let down by his head coach, the hacker, Dan Mullen, my guy. When he was let down, he shouldn't have played in that game. And all right, hindsight is 2020, but we said this before that game, so there's no hindsight involved in that. That was just good prognostication there. The man, I think, completely ruined his draft stock off of one game, and then he is hurt, and he's not able to show himself at the Senior Bowl. Mac Jones gobbling up all this attention to the fact that people are now starting to tout Mac Jones as a potential top 10 pick. You can say what you want to say. Mac Jones is hot right now. Y'all know I love Mac Jones. Just did tons of content on Mac Jones as well. Covered Alabama and Florida most of this season, Florida the entire season. They're not too dissimilar, right? They're not too dissimilar. Both of these guys are not good athletes. Both of these guys can think the game through. Both of these guys go through their progressions better than anybody else out there not named Trevor Lawrence. Both of these guys, to me, are ready-made guys who can step into a situation and act as functional QBs right now. Now, it may be to varying degrees depending on the situation, but both of these guys are extremely polished. But Kyle Trask right now, non-existent buzz. Not hearing anybody. You know what, Kyle Trask, this dude could become the best value in the draft. Think about this shit, man. I'll go into this a little bit right here. Actually, check this out right here. 43 touchdowns. 43 touchdowns in an all-SEC schedule with no run game. Imagine that. Or with a putrid run game, right? You can say that they didn't focus on the run, or you can say they didn't have enough run game talent. Not to mention, or not to gloss over the fact that his offensive line was above average. I will give it that. This year it was above average. It wasn't elite. There are no guys on University of Florida's offensive line going in the first round. I would doubt there will be any going in the first 3 or 4 rounds, if being drafted at all. Keep that in mind, right? When we and when we analyze these guys, let's be fair about shit. Let's not give some people excuses and then vilify or, you know what I'm saying, or just disrespect other guys with similar circumstances, if you get what I'm saying there, right? Some of these guys are playing the same teams and everything like that, and if some shit happens for one person, the other person doesn't get that benefit of the doubt. This guy had 43 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 4,200 yards, right? 4,283 yards against the best teams. Look at this. Against Alabama, he went 26 out of 40, a 65% completion percentage. He threw for 408 yards against Alabama, 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Justin Fields, everybody loves Justin Fields, right? Justin Fields, they give him an excuse. They say that Trey Sermon. They're like, Trey Sermon got hurt in the first game. There's no Trey Sermon on Florida. There's no Thera Munford on Florida, the offensive lineman. There's no Nicholas Petit-Frere on Florida, right? There's no Josh Myers on Florida. Ohio State's offensive line, way better. The targets are probably just as good as Florida. I would say Florida has better targets, but still, if with no threat of a run game as well, he was still able to put up 408 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he was sacked 5 times and was still doing that thing, right? And he even had a rushing touchdown, too. So he had 4 total touchdowns to his credit. Against Georgia, what some was saying coming into the season, the best defense in college football. 30 touchdowns, 30 touchdowns. Yeah. 30 completions, right? Out of 43 attempts, which is a 69.8% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. 474 yards against the University of Georgia. People are going to say Kyle Trask stiffer than a diving board, right? He got the diving board athleticism. That's cool, but this guy is a master distributor of the rock, right? I haven't seen people distribute the rock like that, right, since my uncle, you know what I'm saying? My uncle was distributing the rock like that, but he was distributing a different kind of rock, if you get what I'm saying. The type of rock that'll land you in San Quentin. You know what I'm saying? Getting some of that prison loving. But with that being said, just you could just go up and down this guy's schedule. He absolutely torched it. Even against, if you want to look at this right here, Mac Jones. I would say he played just as well as Mac Jones, who went for 5 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, 418 yards, 33 out of 43. You know why? Mac Jones did that shit against Florida's weak-ass defense, right? Florida has some good defensive pieces, but overall we know Florida's defense to be one of the worst in college football, period. Mac Jones did that against that, and he had the support of Najee Harris going for 31 carries for 178 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Kyle Trask didn't have none of that. He didn't look at the run totals here. You had to bring in a quarterback, the backup quarterback for 24 yards here. You had the starting receiver here with a couple of carries. Look, nobody else doing anything. Nothing. He didn't have that type of support. And he still was able to do his thing, man. Where is the love for Kyle Trask? You can't deal with the Trask at hand. Let's look at a few throws from that Alabama game.
What more can I say?
Top billing. What I love about Kyle Trask is that he answered every question that I had for him the previous season. A lot of people wondered about his arm strength. Clearly not a lack of arm strength. The guy makes some incredible throws, can work all quadrants of the field, and can work opposite hash. So that makes him very in vogue or very much in play for an NFL offense. And people wondered about his ability to come off of his primary receiver. He's looking off coverages now and everything. He got polished up all in 1 year, and he was pretty good in his first season. So take for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that for what it's worth. But the guy is able to decipher coverages, and he comes up off of his primary. He can get to his tertiary read if necessary, and they'll work static and they'll work motion. This one right here, they're working motion. You're going to have Kadarius Toney come in here. You're going to have what amounts to cover for a man on skill, the skill being Kyle Pitts here. So with that split safety look with Jordan Battle and your boy Daniel Wright, you're going to have Kadarius Toney working the post, and he's able to thread the needle on this, right? Because he's not putting a lot of air on it. He's putting a lot of velocity on it. Before, it seemed like he put too much air on under his passes in his first season. A lot of stuff was underthrown, so it made it look like he didn't have arm strength, because people only judge arm strength by vertical throws, which is a common misnomer. But if you check this out right here, this is arm strength. If he had a lollipop arm, you can see the motion here. So now he's able to quickly decipher this. Malachi Moore did not travel with Kadarius Toney. He knows it's going to be some type of zone here. He can rest assured all he has to do is do his job. See it right here, front facing play action fake. Look at that. Look at the product placement. Pitch perfect, right? So he's pitch perfect on this here. You can see him on the pull. Look at his lower body mechanics. Everything is perfect about him. Everything is mechanically sound. Look at that. Plant foot, point and shoot foot, hitch out. But look at the base width here. Look how strong he is through the core. I'll do a more in-depth film study on him. I just want to go through a few of these throws on this Alabama game. I know that I talked too much at the beginning, so people aren't going to want to see a super in-depth film study. But look at where the hand breaks from the ball, the over-the-top delivery. The guy's a big, powerful, strong kid, 6'5", 240 pounds, splitting safeties, man. If you had a lollipop arm, this, my friend, is intercepted. This is not intercepted. This is a seam route going for another explosive game, which he did all season long. All right, y'all remember when the narrative surrounding Kyle Trask was, he can't throw the deep ball, Cletus. He has one of them ramen noodle arms, and it looks like it's the shrimp flavor. Well, he shut that shit up, right? He pushed the ball down the field incredibly in his second season as a starter. And here we go, inside fade by Kadarius Toney against Malachi Moore. Perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. Toney did not have to break stride or anything. And look at him from his perspective, right? He doesn't have to stare it down. He's immediately looking front side right here, right? You got your, I believe, motion to empty right there, what it was right there. He's looking front side just to hold the post safety. So he does a good job of holding the post safety by looking front side first. Now it's on. Now the safety will not be able to get there. Now it's can you put it there? Can Toney separate? He separates. He puts it right on the money. Look, my man Malachi Moore, he's too young to be fertilizer, man. You can't be fertilizing these true freshmen like that, right? Cook the rook. Touchdown, shooting the ball down the field. All right, Kyle Pitts locked up here with Patrick Surtain. Man coverage. Can you throw man coverage against NFL corners? This guy's a top 10 selection in this upcoming draft. Both these guys are here. Look at him. Look at him work through his progression super quickly. Now, that's what I'm talking about right there. That type of shit right there gets your boy up in the morning, right? Hey, pause. Some of you dudes be on that cum sa shit. I ain't getting down like that, buddy. All right, we can see him right here, right? Immediately decipher the coverage. Right? Let me see. So they're working motion this time. Immediately decipher the coverage. Now he wants to potentially hit this swing route here to Malik Davis. Sees that that's probably not going to be in his best interest because it's looking like he has eyes on him right now. So not necessarily man coverage there. That's not open. Come backside. Hit the slant to Pitts. Small window of opportunity. Boom. Got it there. Move the chains against Patrick Surtain. Let's get it. All right, so you're going to have meet and greet coverage here to the boundary. Josh Jobe working against jumping Jake Copeland. Going to have a curl route by Cope. You're going to have Malachi Moore here sitting in the flats, right? So he's working curl flat. So he'll have this underneath zone right here. So it's almost like bracket coverage. So the ability to quickly recognize that and get it through a little bit of traffic here. I don't know. This particular throw stands out to me. All right, curl. Malachi Moore unable to sink there. Copeland does a good job of beating the coverage here. Josh Jobe in struggle mode almost. He leaves that coverage, but look at that. No, don't lollipop it. You lollipop it. Malachi Moore shooting underneath it, puts it right on him, gives him a chance to get a little bit of yak. I could think of a whole bunch of different teams right now for Kyle Trask. I could see him at the New Orleans Saints. If like push comes to shove right there, be a good option for them. Same 49ers team that everybody was talking to me about. Why ain't nobody talking to me about that now? If you were to get him in the second round, third round or whatever like that, look at the value there. There's a whole bunch of teams, man. It really is a whole bunch of teams. The New York Jets. Why not them Jets, baby? Right? If you're not feeling that good about Sam Darnold, you want to give him a prove-it year. Kyle Trask could end up being a great long-term backup for you, although I think he's a starter in the league, but at the very least he could do that. And he could be an insurance policy for a guy like Sam Darnold. Come on, man. Why are we sleeping on this kid now? All right, wheel route by Kadarius Toney, who happens to be in the backfield right here, going against Malachi Moore in man coverage. Watch him read the inside leverage or throw it inside and push the ball down the field with a little bit of velocity, right? So if you're going to run something like this, see, right, straight out of the backfield, like waits till him to bang it inside, hits inside, right? You see him, right? Cook the rook, get inside leverage on him, and he throws it inside on a rope absolutely perfectly. Does not have to break stride. Able to continue to run there and damn near got a touchdown off of this. All right, last one right here. Touch and go coverage. Patrick Surtain working against Trayvon Grimes. Look at this. Climb the pocket, put it in the air so Trayvon can go and get it, and then boom, you get yourself an explosive touchdown there. Let's look at it from his perspective. On the pull, doesn't have to stare it down. He knows where he wants to go with this. He really does. He already knows where he wants to go with this. He knows where the sausage will be made on this particular play right here. Plant. I love how strong he is. Climb the pocket, sensing the collapse or the breach right there. Throws it up in the air. Gives him a chance. A lot of these people do not give these 6'5" receivers a chance. He gives them that. He goes up over Patrick Surtain. Another explosive touchdown against Alabama when other people, right, let's be real here. They be like, hey, I don't know what happened. It was a vaginal injury or something like that. Come on, man. Why are we doing this to this guy? I want people to in the comment section to tell me, why is this happening to this guy? Will he end up being great value, right? Will he end up being a great value pick for somebody? And let me know some of the teams you think that this guy could go to that could help, right? Some of you guys' team out there, and where would he fit, all right? Well, thank you for watching always, of course. Make sure you like this. Tell a friend to subscribe. It's your boy Murph the Underground King, baby, who's doing it better than me. All right? With that being said, peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.